Welcome. We're going to wait for Jared to get on. See if we can't use Facebook Live this time. Hi, Bailey. You beat Jared. Give him just a few more minutes. See if I message him. He says he can't see it yet, but I can see it. Let's see if we can't send him an invite. Okay, it says 2 people. All right. Jared made it. It's connecting him. Whoa.
All right, are we there?
We're there.
Can you hear me?
I can hear ya. Hi, Barbie.
Okay, we're live.
She's like,
she ran away.
exit stage left.
Yeah. Once she saw that we're live, she's
like, I'm out.
Yeah. All right, so I'm down here in Arizona, so we got to do it like this.
I'm gonna find my headphones. I'm gonna wander around my house.
Okay, how are things down there?
They're great. They're great. Thanks to Guzzle. Another great day provided to us. from Guzzle.
Yes. Yes.
Many chores
Yeah,
get
Guzzle
done when
is,
you promise Guzzle. I could get my
I
house.
wonder if that'd work on Alex.
I could get my house roofed if I promised Guzzle.
Yeah? I wonder how Tucker'd do up
I
there.
don't know. Another week.
Okay.
Weird news.
Yep. Another week for news. Now, I do want to start out by prefacing this. Our hypnotic sessions, I don't think those will be out this weekend. We really need to be together to talk about those. There's a lot more to process.
I'm very much trying to process mine. What I can tell the viewers is it was an amazing experience. It was awesome. It was the pinnacle of weird, but it was really good.
Yeah, it wasn't weird bad, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a weird good.
Yeah, it was good. So we got some news. We will put out a regular show this weekend. I think it's going to be, Simulation Theory?
No, we already did Simulation Theory. I think it's going to be artificial intelligence.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much difference. But we've got some news stories just to stay in the know.
That's right. And
right?
The weird news just keeps giving. It's always there for us.
It does. Yes, it does.
So I'll go first.
Sounds good.
This just came out. They're seeing horns growing on the back of young people's skulls, like on the back. Like bone spurs are starting to protrude. It's evolution, and they are blaming it on cell phone usage. Us always kind of looking down at our cell phones.
Yeah, hunched over like I was just a second ago.
Yeah, I know. Now I want to adjust my posture all the time reading this.
But you don't want to be the weird person that still stands upright when we're reverting back to apes.
Well, that's true.
Get ahead of the curve.
Go with the flow.
I'm returning to my genetics.
So researchers at the University of the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, have found evidence that our frequent use of mobile devices could be fundamentally and somewhat permanently altering our physiology. Specifically, they're seeing these bone spurs appear on younger adults. So we're not being born with them yet, but they're appearing on younger adults.
They're popping out. And it looks like it's just like on the back of your head where you feel like a little bump right above where the vertebrae is.
Right at the base of your skull. So the good news is that kids could be looking like triceratops and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The bad news is they're not really at the front where they need to be. They're kind of at the back.
A kidnoceros.
A kidceratops. Yep. The frequent use is causing...
That's crazy.
So what it's doing is the shift of the weight from the head to the spine muscles at the back is actually causing these bones to grow in the tendons and ligaments. So it's got purpose. It's because of the way we've shifted our head weight.
Strengthening that area so that there's less long-term damage, I suppose.
Evolution. It's happening. It's not good.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's not.
It's coming.
It's not good.
I thought we were supposed to turn ashy gray and get bigger eyes, but apparently not.
Not yet. Not yet.
No.
So.
But yeah, I did see some pictures. I didn't read into it, but I did see the pictures they put up of that. And some of those bone spurs look pretty substantial. You
yeah,
know,
like the size,
an inch
like
long.
the size of a pinky finger.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that looks like from the back? Now I'm going to be looking for it. I'm going to be poking around at all you young adults. See, I'm too old for bone spurs, but listen, I'm going to get bunions is what I'm going to get. That's next for me.
You're going to... Well, that's an evolution from high heels, I suppose.
Probably.
From tight-toed shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess evolution happens all the time.
It's a slow grind, but I think that what the bone spurs has given us is something visual to see versus, you know, kind of the evolution that's taking place within all of us all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always here. I just have to mention real quick, it's beautiful where I'm at.
Oh.
It's out in like the high desert.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I'm on a government installation, so I don't think I can do a panoramic view. I'd hate to have someone get mad at me, but I'll take some pictures and maybe post them up.
Yeah,
you know, double check them.
It's pretty down there.
It's quite lovely. Some mountains off in the distance. The border with Mexico is, you know, just right there, really close.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, 10 miles as far as the map goes. Yeah.
So, what you got?
So it's quite nice. What have I got? All right. So, this story I saw Tuesday and started following it and reading about it, and it kept unfolding further. But the original story comes off of WAAY 31. It's an ABC affiliate in Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah. North Florida.
North Florida. That's perfect.
Now, the one that this kind of makes me mad because no, it doesn't make me mad. It brings me joy. So the police are conducting a search warrant for drugs in Limestone County, the city of Ardmore. I think that's how you say it. They're looking at a search warrant for a guy named Mickey Polk.
Okay.
And they raid his house looking for drugs and paraphernalia. And of course they find ammo, body armor, meth, paraphernalia, and a squirrel that the police, the sheriff's department claim at the time is aggressive and has been fed meth. The sheriff's department claims this, has been fed meth to be kept aggressive as an attack squirrel.
What?
Squirrel. Yeah.
What?
So the police are saying that this owner fed the squirrel meth to keep it aggressive so it could be an attack squirrel. They arrested a guy named Ronnie Reynolds at the residence. He wasn't the guy they were looking for, but he was there, and they arrested him.
Okay.
So
how does one effectively use an attack squirrel? Do you take it out of the cage and throw it on someone?
We've got to go further into the story for that.
Okay, I'm ready.
So anyway, my favorite part is they go down the street a couple houses and they interview a guy named Billy Clem. And his best friend, Romeo, a Great Dane, is there with him. Now, Billy Clem is the best part of the story. Because I picture he's got, I don't know, I shouldn't picture this, but in my mind as I'm reading this is what I see. Animal lover, maybe has 4 teeth, sitting out there in some bib overalls and kind of a stained, hammered wife beater, you know. Billy Clem said, "It's sad because that squirrel should be out in a tree and not in a cage." And then he goes on to talk about, I didn't know the guy. I didn't know the squirrel, but I'm an animal lover.
I didn't know the squirrel.
So he got his 5 minutes of fame on television over this. Best part, that was like the missing part of the story.
Okay.
Well, since then, just I believe yesterday, Polk, the guy who owned the residence and the squirrel, gave an interview to the Washington Post, a videoed interview.
To the Washington Post?
Yes.
This is what news has come to?
Well, the sheriff's department took a lot of liberty with what they said. And the local news agency took a lot more liberty with what they reported.
Okay.
The squirrel's name is Dees Nuts.
No, it isn't.
Yeah. So, I know it's fantastic, right? So anyways, the sheriff's department said to the news that the squirrel was a drug-fueled monster, but then the sheriff's department, because the squirrel wasn't emaciated or didn't look sickly, just released it into the wild. So that doesn't quite jive.
It's addicted to meth. It needed to go to a facility.
But I don't think it is. I think it was just the sheriff's department rallying up the torches and pitchforks to come after this Polk guy, who is probably a drug dealer or a drug user or drug whatever.
Well,
so it sounds like the sheriff's department lied.
He's got the best name for that squirrel ever.
Well, Dees Nuts, they just released Dees Nuts into the woods. And if he was addicted to meth or a danger, they wouldn't have done that, right?
Well, I don't know. What's the protocol for meth addicted squirrels? Maybe they don't have a protocol.
Well, the sheriff's department says, well, there's no safe way for us to test that. I think it was just the sheriff's department just making a claim in advance.
Well, why would they go to that? Why would they go to that?
I don't want to begrudge the sheriff's department, but why the guy, if he's dealing drugs or whatever, isn't that bad enough? Do you have to go making false claims
that he's hurting a poor squirrel
that are then disproven by your actions? So anyways, so
who are you standing up for?
I like these nuts. So anyway, so Polk says, yeah, after the sheriff's department dropped him off and it left, and then he heard that they had dropped him off there, dropped these nuts off in the woods. He went driving around the woods till he, looking at all the squirrels, and got out of a car. And once these nuts recognized him, ran down the tree, ran to him, jumped on his arm. They got in the car and left. As of this morning,
he's his dealer.
He's his owner. He worked on a tree falling company, and These Nuts was an infant and fell from a tree, and so he collected up this baby squirrel, took the baby squirrel home, took the baby squirrel to the vet, had to go to Tennessee because apparently in Alabama it's illegal. I don't know why. And bottle fed this squirrel from infancy. So it sounded like he actually cared about this squirrel.
We need to start a GoFundMe for Dees Nuts.
Well,
to help with his future care.
Well, Dees Nuts is with Polk again, and Polk's on the lam. He hasn't been caught yet.
Dees Nuts is on the lam?
Dees Nuts is on the lam with Polk.
Dees Nuts is a fugitive.
Yep. Polk went to the woods, got out of the car. Dees Nuts ran to him, jumped on him, and
who said this?
Polk did.
So
on a video interview with the Washington Post.
So Polk is on the run, but he's doing video interviews with the Washington Post.
Yeah.
Because he wants to defend the fact that he did not hurt Dees Nuts. That
These nuts is his. He says these nuts is his loved pet squirrel, not his attack squirrel.
Oh, he's defending.
So he's
defending Dees Nuts' morals.
Yes, Dees Nuts is an upright citizen of the squirrel community, and not a meth head.
Well, okay. Good job, Polk. Don't let people think poorly of Dees Nuts. This is important. The other squirrels will shun him. Her.
Polk's like, you can impugn my character, but don't impugn the character of Dees Nuts.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it. You can't handle it.
But as of this morning,
what the crap?
As of this morning, Dees Nuts and Polk were still on the lam. Maybe coming to a town near you.
Listen, people, never judge a squirrel by the reputation that precedes it. It may not be an attack squirrel. It may not be a meth-raged attack squirrel. It may be Dees Nuts.
It's probably not. The sheriff's department took a lot of liberty with that story. But our GoFundMe that I want to set up is still the one for the beloved species that is going extinct. We've got to make the commercial.
Which species was that?
And then we've got to start a GoFundMe. The crabs.
Oh, yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
In the arms of
It's sad. They're going extinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got
to save the crabs for future generations.
We've got to get them on the list. They've got to get on the list. We can't let a species of animal die. We can't. We've got to fight for them. So we'll start a GoFundMe.
For those that didn't see that episode, he's talking about, how do I explain it? Venereal crabs are going extinct because of all of the grooming that's taking place. It's making them go extinct. Jared is on a mission. He would like for all of the listeners to join him on his mission to save the crabs.
We've got to put them. We've got to get them on the endangered species list. They've got to get on there. We've got to defend the crab.
We've got to defend.
And I'm going to make a commercial with Sarah McLachlan singing. And, well, maybe me singing a Sarah McLachlan song, because I don't know if she wants to take away her efforts for the homeless puppies and kitties to deal with this other species.
The crab issue.
So I may have to do it myself. But, so I'm going to have to get a singing coach. This has to happen quick, though.
In the arms. You can see one of the little crabs slowly crawling across the screen. He's limping.
Well, and we're going to have like some close-up of their faces, their sad crab faces.
Yeah.
You know. I think we could do a GoFundMe to make furry underwear to replace the lack of public care. And then we've got to get them on the endangered species list. How do we save them?
Oh.
Maybe we can find them a sanctuary country or city where people will let nature take over on their grooming and they can live and survive.
And we can save the crabs.
Yeah. All right. So I'm seeing some people hop in on the chats. Can you read what they're saying?
Yeah, Kristen said Mr. Krabs. That's right. He could be our spokesman
Mr. Krabs.
From SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Krabs.
Yeah.
We've got
Okay, what else?
We've got Jessica watching. She says she can coach us.
Okay, she knows how to teach singers.
Yeah, she can coach us on
singing
for crabs. We've got.
And the next step.
We've got Amina.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah, Matt Britt's watching. Amina's watching. And Jessica says she loves crabs. They're yummy. But I don't think she recognizes the kind of crabs we're talking about.
Maybe she caught on a little late. I don't know. You'd think these little crabs would get stuck in your teeth.
Okay, that is a visual I can't even handle. Oh.
Lots of floss and Listerine. But that's the story. These nuts is an innocent squirrel.
Right, people. Never judge a squirrel.
Innocent. Fight for these nuts.
Fight for these nuts.
We need to make a poster.
We'll put it.
That'll be one of our shirts. These nuts was innocent.
These nuts didn't do it.
I'm going to keep doing some research. I want to find out if we can get a hold of this guy.
Oh.
I want to get more clarification on the story.
That's right. Tasia just joined.
But
Hi, Tasia.
Yep.
Jessica says she's kidding. I don't know if she's kidding about the crab or if she's kidding about being able to teach us. I don't know. What?
Or being able, or that they taste delicious. I mean, it could be any of the three, really.
Be. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining, guys.
Yep. Look, the show will be out on Saturday. Yeah, that's
AI.
I'll be back in town Monday.
And if you've ever thought about artificial intelligence, let me tell you, don't. It's mind-blowing.
It gets well, it's scary, and the thing is, it's something we can't predict because it could go at any speed, at any direction, and there's like a fulcrum point. It could just run away. And honestly, the rest of us wouldn't even know if it happened.
And
we wouldn't know when it happened. We would know when Terminator robots are coming over the hill. But up until that point, we wouldn't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't turn on Skynet, folks. All right. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks for joining. Have a great week.
Yep. Yes. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.